how we doing? Wow, my voice sounds weird with this thing underneath my face. Welcome to Smell It Sunday, a show where I'm still trying to figure out how to introduce this show. It's a live show where I suppose we talk about candles. We talk about what's going on with my main channel, The Candle Enthusiast. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the candle enthusiast. What does that mean? Well, I enjoy candles. I enjoy aroma. I legitimately have a passion for the aromatics, my friend. And this right here in front of me is something that I've shared with you a long time ago. And yet I've never, ever put this to the test. And mainly that's because it sat in the bag. Hello everybody, I'm not ignoring everyone. I see everyone trickling in. I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you. But I thought one thing that we could do today was take this enormous looking, let me swipe this notification away, this enormous looking, what I call Barney the Dinosaur egg. This is a product that was sold by a Yankee Candle, and it was so big and so ridiculous that I had to buy it. But here's the thing, I'm not making fun of it because I think it's pretty amazing. I have the largest head probably of any person you'll ever meet, so let's get a scale reference. That's big. That's an enormous size accessory. Where am I going to put it? I have no idea. As you guys know, my office is very small. Let's turn off this music so we can chat. We can catch up on the week's activities. How is everyone doing? I'm going to pull up you guys right here so I can follow along and read the comments. Alright, that thumbnail is gonna have to be fixed later. Alright, so I can see me and I can see all of you guys. Look at you guys. Alright, how we doing? We got the Barney egg, that's right. Hello from Florida. Aaron, how we doing, Aaron? Okay, I have to make sure that I link who you are with your YouTube handles, because I still can't, even when I remember, like even when I make the note to remember, I still forget. So that is good to know, always reminding me who you are at times is a big help, because you know, I haven't had a huge presence in the comments section these days. But back when, you know, I used to respond to every single comment that was posted in my video, I had this, like, we had this relationship going, like, each and every one of us. So I definitely have to get back to that. But it is a very time-consuming thing, because I don't like to just put, like, thanks for watching the video, come back again, tell your friends about us. I don't do that. We talk, we have conversations, sometimes topics that could span over a long course of time. So I'm going to put this aside for now. We're going to get to it in a little bit. I'm so afraid of breaking it. If it does break, so be it. I have my new, I think I've showed this to you, my new Stanley thermos. I did show this to you. This is a product made by Stanley, but they've partnered up with Starbucks. This is not a sponsored video, but Starbucky, as I've said before, if you ever want to pair up, you know how to contact me. But I'm enjoying this thing. The only thing is, you know, when I drink, it kind of tips and hits me in the face a little bit. Small engineering design. Alright, so what does this headline to the video say? It says live. We know that. Live mail unboxing, candle show and tell. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of candles that have been coming in and out of my life recently, and I realized that I'm not sharing all of them, and I want to make sure that I'm doing that. Why not? Because if not just to share them with you folks, I want to document all of these candles so that, you know, years from now we can go back and, or at least I can go back. I don't know if you guys go back, but I'll go back and see some of these candles that I've purchased, that I've burned, that I've encountered, that I purchased for you guys. Some oddballs that I found. I have been buying a lot because I'm amping up to really start pumping out videos. Now, I say this all the time, and it's making, you know, people are saying, well, wait a minute, you've been saying like you're gonna be putting out like 4 or 5 videos a week. Well, I don't know if I'll ever be putting out 4 or 5 videos a week. That is the goal. But I realize that something that's been holding me back, and I'm getting off topic here, but this is kind of important. Something that's been holding me back is topical things, right? It's St. Patrick's Day. So St. Patrick's Day kind of takes priority. Easter takes priority. Let's say Yankee Candle or another candle company comes out with a new line, that takes priority. And the problem is, what that does to my schedule is it pushes all of the things that I really want to do. It pushes it down, down this endless to-do list. And I've said to myself, I've been saying it for myself for a while, but I really mean it, that even though topical things get the views, get the subscribers, I'm letting it go. You know what? Next week is St. Patrick's Day. Guess what? That's when I'm posting St. Patrick's Day videos. I could have posted them weeks ago, but I'm posting them next week. Why? Because I'm not letting the holidays or topical items take priority so that it pushes other things down the road. Does that make sense? Good news is we're getting back on the road. We're going to be going back. I'm going to be not recovering, but refilming some of the footage that I've lost during the hard drive crash of 2018. Going to be refilming. I'm actually kind of excited about it. The more and more I've had a chance to let this situation, if you don't know, my hard drive crashed. A lot of footage gone forever. Big mistake. But the more I dwell on it, the more I realized maybe this is a blessing, because there was a lot of pressure on me at the time when I was filming those videos. A lot of pressure to pump out content and just film it. And I questioned whether or not I was really, at times, enjoying myself. So I think maybe, you know, again, some sort of blessing of wiping the slate clean and going back and starting from scratch and letting myself enjoy doing the same things, but enjoying myself. And now that I'm kind of redoing some of the things I've already done, have some experience, so maybe it'll be a little bit easier, a little bit more informative. Anyway, let's check in and see what you guys are saying. California. Our California audience is growing, and I like this a lot. I like it a lot. Daisy, how are you? Again, I don't want to ignore anybody who's in the chat room. I see you all here, and thank you for joining. Hi everyone, can't stay. We're going to see Peter Rabbit at the movies. Have a great day. Nicole, enjoy Peter Rabbit. Hopefully they'll show the trailer. One of two things. I don't think they will because it's not Disney. The Christopher Robin trailer or the Mary Poppins Returns. Have you guys seen these teaser trailers? They were just released by Disney a few days ago. And if you check out my brother's channel, he'll be talking all about that, sharing his feedback, his reaction, all of that good stuff. But if you don't know, I'm a huge Disney fan, but I'm a huge Mary Poppins fan. So I've watched that teaser trailer dozens of times, and it gives me chills. I wasn't choking up, but I felt my eyes pulsating with tears. That's not a saying, and it sounds kind of like dangerous. My eyes weren't actually pulsating, but I felt the tears welling up. I've had a lot of coffee today. I wanted to make sure I was ready for today's video. Gabe, you're never late, never late. Have fun at the movies, Nicole. That's correct. So let's get down. Now, if any of you guys play HQ, that live quiz game on your cell phone, and what's his name? I'm forgetting the name of the host, but he says, "Let's get down to the nitty gritty." He stole my he stole that from me. He didn't steal from me because I'm sure he has no idea who I am. But I used to say that, so don't say that I'm stealing it from him. Let's get down to the nitty gritty. We have a rather large box from a rather loyal follower, viewer, you know, it's kind of weird with these packages. I want you guys to, if you send me things to open, I guarantee you I will open them on the live show, whether it be the main channel, whether it be the secondary channel. I will open them up and I will share them with everybody, whatever it is. You know, as long as it's family friendly, we're all good. If it's something to sniff, I'll sniff, I'll share my thoughts. If it's something to, if it's like, I always say candy. I don't know why I'm obsessed with candy, but like I figure that's like a good way to share nostalgia. If it's candy, I'll eat candy. Just don't poison it or anything like that, right? If it's anything, you know, anything you want to share with the, I don't want to say community, but our circle of enthusiasts, I will be happy to open it up. But one of our very, very kind, loyal viewers, Aaron, sent this massive box. Now, not only is it massive, it's heavy. There's fragile stickers all over it. I've covered up her address, but you see we have this beautiful, I love this. You gotta handwrite. You gotta handwrite these addresses. Someone pointed out that it was $30 to ship. Where do you see that? I don't doubt it. USPS, really expensive these days. So let's not waste any more time. Let's see what's inside of this box. Now here's the thing: if you ever want to send something to me that was like private, this is where it gets you know, hard. So on the box, if you can remember, I know not everyone's watching this right now, but like on the box, write private or share, something that indicates whether or not like this is for the show, or, you know, sometimes people just send me like a birthday card or something, right? And that's not necessarily, you know, something that, you know, that they want on the show, nor does it really belong on the show. But I got my box cutter. We're gonna open this puppy up. I'm gonna be very careful because I hate when you buy like a DVD or a book or something and you see that slash on it because people in the stores are cutting them with the box openers. So I'm always very careful. I'm also very careful not to cut myself. When's the last time somebody sent you something? And what was it? Community, as not a community, but as a civilization, that we ship things to each other more often, just for fun. That's why I'm into. Woo! Packing job well done. Okay, so this is what I mean. So this is a little card. This I'm going to save for myself later. I believe that would... Ooh, there's a quote on it. I like it. I will read this because I think this is pertinent. Shane, thanks for sharing your candles and happiness with us. Exclamation point. You're very, very welcome. And I hope when I say thank you, because I say thank you all the time, that it comes off sincere, because I really am sincere. It is always my pleasure to make sure that you guys are enjoying the content that I'm putting forward. And I enjoy candles. And the fact that I have candles, there's 3 boxes in here. And I get to share this stuff with you. This is incredible. There's a lot, there's lots going on. Okay, so there were directions. I believe the directions said, save the small one. Ooh, no glass broke, that's good. Save the small one. I'm guessing this is the small one. For last. So let's open these up. Now, how should I do this? I want you to see what's happening. Right. You're ruining the secrets. Aaron's already saying what's in the boxes. Just kidding with you, Aaron. What are in the boxes? Yes, we've kind of, sort of, I can kind of smell what's in this box. We've already kind of discussed what would be in these boxes. Oh my God, I can't believe I smell this as much as I do right now. And yet, I'm not quite sure which one it is. That's interesting. Ah. Yes. OCD? OCD? No, no. Just very, very caution-forward person. I am the same way. If you've ever received a candle from me before, you'll notice that they are certainly handled with care. It's getting hot in here. Turn the heat down. Okay. All right. Oh man, this is one I've been looking for a long time. And if you guys are wondering what on earth is happening here, this is normal. I don't know how to not have this happen. This happens to me all the time. Weirdly, it doesn't happen when Yankee Candle ships me things, or ships us things. You get a little bit of sweating from the candle. I think it must have to do with air pressure if things are shipped on the planes. Woo! Yeah, but I gotta get some paper towels. This guy was sweating a lot. It's just all that's happening is some of the pigments, some of the oils have exuded from the candle. Trust me, makes not a big difference. My main concern is I just don't want to get it on my hands. Because if I get it on my hands, it's going to be hard for me to smell the other candles. So let's just wipe that off. So, just so you know, there it is. Can you read that? Bourbon wood barrels. A lot of you folks have been asking me whether or not I was ever going to review this candle, and I said I was. I said I was. This is a UK European release. However, I never found it. I never got my hands on it. And it kind of just got, just became one of those things that just got lost and never got, never got evaluated. But Aaron came to the rescue and said, you know what, I remember you sang something about this candle, and if you ever want to review it, I can ship it to you. So I said, that is so incredibly gracious and generous of you. There we go. It's like brand new now. And I will be certainly doing, like I said, I'm not letting topical things take priority anymore. I'm going to be just posting my reviews of what I want, when I want. Some of them will be excellently edited, cinematic. Some will just be me chilling out like this in the office. Look at this. I'm sweating a little bit. But let's take a sniff. This is exciting. I legitimately have not smelled this candle. Okay, I lost you for a second there. And let's give this before. This is, again, Bourbon Wood Barrels by Yankee Candle. This was a 2017 release by Yankee Candle. It's also a 2017 pour. A sniff, shall we? It's exciting. Okay. Okay, so first of all, have any of you burned this, smelled this? This is the time where you're going to want to share your thoughts. What's very interesting, what I wasn't expecting, even though it is called Bourbon Wood Barrels, is that I am getting a little bit of a whiskey-based spirit. There's a little bit of that kind of Jack Daniel's sour mash, almost rye, a whiskey. In fact, Canadian whiskey is something, I won't get into whiskey-based spirits right now, but it has, there's something there that is bringing me in the direction of a men's cologne. See, you guys don't usually see this part of my evaluation. This is the stuff that gets cut out. So what do we know? We know that bourbon barrels are going to be oak. They can be American oak, they could be French oak, depending on where they're coming from. Well, that's what's going to decide what kind of oak it's going to be. And trust me, believe it or not, oaks from different countries, different species, do impart different flavors. And I'm certainly getting like an expired, used oak barrel, like an American oak barrel. What I mean by expired is that I'm smelling, it's not like freshly cut wood anymore. You know, the more you use a barrel, the less of the wood that you actually smell, and the more of the saturated whiskey smell on that wood that you actually get. There's a little bit of this, minus the sweetness. This is going to be hard for me to say. Minus the sweetness, there's a little bit of like bourbon barrel-aged maple syrup. I thought that that was going to be something that was going to be there, but there's definitely not a lot of sweetness. The trouble I'm having right now is classifying the wood. There is certainly some muskiness in the form of not brand new leather, but leather that's not ancient either. You know, a brand new, you know, box of boots, right? You open them up, that suede, that brown leather gives us a little bit of that muskiness, which is asking to be, you know, classified as that men's cologne. And vanilla. I mean, if there's one thing that's synonymous with oak barrels and the flavors that oak barrels impart, It's vanilla, or the word, you might hear me say it every now and then, vanillin. Vanillin. It's the compound in the wood that gives you that aromatic, well, that aroma of vanilla, or the flavor of vanilla. Even to the point where some vanillin compounds, not from the vanilla bean, but vanillin compounds in other, like say like wood, is sometimes used for vanilla flavorings, like cheaper vanilla flavorings. And although that's not what I'm saying this smells like, this does to me smell like if you took a bowl of raisins and you let them soak with vanilla extract, like pure vanilla extract. Because there's this raisinated, slightly sweet but high vanilla content aroma with this wooden muskiness, a little bit of leathery cologne muskiness. And there's just that high tinge, when you have that Irish whiskey in front of you. I'm not even going to classify it as any kind of whiskey. If you have that whiskey-based spirit in front of you, whether it be Canadian whiskey, rye, there's that sour tinge when you have that aroma. It doesn't smell like alcohol. It doesn't smell like alcohol. But I'm shocked that it actually has. Raisinated is certainly a word. Well, at least it's a word in the wine world. Raisinated, yeah, like say if grapes sit on the vine too long, well, they become they become more like raisins. So the wine will end up tasting more raisinated. It's definitely not a word now that I'm thinking about it, but it's used all of the time in the wine industry. I apologize. I throw in those words all the time. But yeah, definitely like that box of sun-made raisins. This is very impressive. I'm liking this. I'm not the approach I thought at all. I thought we were going to be talking about like toasted wood, a little bit of the blowtorch. I'm reaching for my blowtorch on an old piece of wood, so get a little bit of this smokiness. I definitely wasn't thinking that we're going to smell anything whiskey related, and I thought maybe, just maybe, that there would be some other herbal notes to probably push this manly, almost because this almost feels like it would be a part of that men's collection in Yankee Candle, even though I probably have more female friends who are bourbon whiskey connoisseurs than of my male friends, which is awesome. I like this. I like this a lot. Has anyone burned it? You probably have already said, and I just haven't read it. Yeah, can I call you Violet? Violet? What I like about the wine industry, or about every industry, or like every industry, the wine industry has its own specialized language. I like hearing it in the context of, like in film and directing, physicality. Your physicality. Physicality is not a word, but I can't tell you how many times the word physicality comes up when you're blocking a scene, directing a scene, or if you're a cameraman. This is awesome. I really would like to spend a little bit more time with this, and document my thoughts. Maybe even pour a glass of. Definitely, I'm probably going to go with an Irish whiskey. Oh, this would be great for St. Patrick's Day. Man, there's just so many things that were great for St. Patrick's Day. But time got the best of me. Very cool. I would buy this. I would buy this. I want this. I want this. This is a really interesting candle that, again, to me, this is what's important about Yankee Candle, is that Yankee Candle is not always putting out cologne or perfume-driven candles. That's kind of something that they've been geared towards past several years. But also, not always just getting the candles that smell pretty, flowers, sea breeze, fabric softener, right? Or the candles that just smell decadently delicious. This is something that really you can let your mind wrap around. Let it take you places. I'm not quite sure where this takes me yet. I spent a lot of time in wine cellars, and this is not where this takes me. So that's interesting. To me, I would love to burn this, maybe pour myself a glass of whiskey. I don't usually drink whiskey straight up like that, but maybe a nice whiskey cocktail, and let this take me somewhere. Let this candle tell me a story, or at least paint a portrait in my mind. I'm just trying to, really want to pull out some other things for you guys. Other associations. And the more I smell, I just kind of keep getting that leather, like leather belt, leather boots, suede. Very aromatic. Very aromatic. I can't say for sure, especially because it was sweating a little bit, but if this were to be lit and have a chance to sit in your medium plus size living room, I think we could classify this intensity as medium to medium plus. Excellent. UK fragrance, bourbon wood barrels. Will the United States get candles like this? Will it get this candle? One. And, you know, I feel like sometimes the UK, European candles can be, sometimes they're not afraid to be a little bit more sophisticated, or to be a little bit more risky. Maybe sophisticated is the wrong word, but like, what was it? Olive in Time? Olive in Time was a UK candle that you know that I love. But would that be released in the US? I don't think so. I think most people would just see that in the shelf and be like, Olive in Time. No, Bring On Bahama Breeze. But I like candles like this because it's a little bit, it's not for everybody. It's a little bit more for a specified audience, but that's what's great. Not all candles are for everybody, and I think that's what makes for a personal experience. If you're making candles that everyone enjoys, like everyone's like, this is my kind of candle, it's got to be a very broad concept. Thank you, Aaron, so much for that. That was a little bit of a shock, a little bit of a surprise. I wasn't prepared for that. In my head, I kind of like had things I was going to say because of just preconceptions, but definitely did not turn out to be what I thought. And I'm sticking with it. A big bowl of sun-made raisins, saturated with pure vanilla extract, brown leather with a splash of whiskey. And as far as the oak is concerned, the only real sign of oak I get on that is from the vanilla, which is fine because oak smells like vanilla. We have another candle. Are you still with us, everybody? Are we curious to know what's inside of this? I think I know what it is. And I actually bought something for my evaluation of this candle, something to enhance the experience. I bought it on eBay, which I totally think is against eBay's rules and regulations. But we'll see. We'll see. Wow. OCD, or just really knows how to wrap. My opinion is she just really knows how to rap. See, now this one didn't have any trouble with the sweating at all. It's strange. It's strange. I can't explain that one. Is Angie Clementine with us? I'm always picking on Angie because she's a chemical engineer. What do we have in this bag? We have another UK European fragrance. And I like this, being on the second channel. Angie can't explain it. She's saying, no, she can't explain it. I like this. Not being on the main channel is a little bit more relaxing for me. Why? Because, you know, I feel like this is a little bit more like hanging out instead of me constantly trying to engage. Because, you know, on the main channel, a lot of people are willing to unsubscribe when we talk and just ramble about everyday stuff. They want all the info in a really fast manner. Here it is. I'm excited. I really don't know what to expect. Are you guys familiar? Sparkling Flame. Sparkling Flame. This was a UK release, summer 2017. This is also a 2017 pour. On the front here, what do we see? That's not like a Looney Tunes bowling ball bomb fuse. Those are sparklers, like 4th of July celebratory sparklers. That's what I ordered on eBay. I don't know if you're allowed to ship those. I would imagine that's not something you can ship, but I did buy them, so when I do my full evaluation of this candle, I'll be able to burn those, see if I can kind of compare and contrast the aromatic experience. Sparkling Flame. Now you'll notice in my description that I have this listed as a US release for 2018. That is a projection, that is not a promise, that is not a fact. Based on patterns from the past, I'm guessing, I'm assuming that this may be something that we see in the US, but based on the concept, Sparkling Flame, again, it's a little bit more out there, out of the Yankee Candle New England comfort zone, that I'm not sure if we'll see it. I hope we see it, but let's smell it first. Sparklers. Sadly, Sparkling Flame does not have any smell burning. It smells great cold, though. Hopefully, if the US releases, they will improve that. And Angie says, I hope it doesn't smell like Bath & Body Works grill. Yeah, those Bath & Body Works candles that came out that are like just very literal, they're probably not one-dimensional at all, but they're like, I don't know, help me out, what are they called? Grill is one of them. I thought it was called barbecue. There were some other ones that, it's interesting. I'm curious to see how those turn out, and it's just something that I wouldn't expect out of Bath & Body Works. Not that that's a bad thing. Literal interpretations, meaning, like, if I called something barbecue, I might say, okay, well, what's a barbecue experience? You know, I'm outside with family in the backyard, so maybe I smell a little bit of the trees, maybe I smell a little bit of the night air, maybe I smell not just like your face up against the grill, you know, like the charcoal, the the caramelized, browned, blacked stuff on the grill, the smoke. Uh, Literal interpretation is usually when you're going for something that smells that, well, that's exactly it. Or more of a fantasy interpretation is taking some liberties to paint a portrait, but it's not always just literal. I hope that clarifies what I was trying to say a little bit. Where's Aaron? Aaron, what was your take on this? Cold. Obviously, you did not burn it. Wow, that's small intensity. That is small intensity. Conceptual is a good word, Angie. It's small in intensity, but small intensity does not mean not complex. Right now, I'm just battling with my mind to let my mind not fill in the spaces that it wants to. Sometimes when we smell things like this, our mind purposely tries to implant things that aren't there. Like the sulfur of a match. Right now, that idea is being triggered in my mind. It's not there. But that's kind of what I'm smelling. A lot of people were saying incense and sparklers. For me, this smells like no, see, that smells like sulfur. So let me try that again. Let me do this. Burn the non... Yeah, you know, it's more of an well, it makes sense because a sparkler is a wooden stick, right? With whatever the stuff, what is it on it that makes it go? But there's an expired stick, whether that be the incense stick, not the fragrance, but the incense stick, or a burnt match. Yeah, and see, the more I smell it, you got to give my nose a break from it. In fact, I got to go to something else. Going to this one now. Smells and so strong. This is intense, and excuse me, a very, very low intensity candle, and you're gonna think that that's a criticism. For me, that is not. Fortunately, I smell matches right now because I just lit 2 matches. You're gonna think I'm just kissing up the Yankee Candle right now. You really are. But if this low intensity on cold filled my living space, and it was as mild and the intensity matched it, I would really like this. I would buy several, probably. That's my opinion. And I'll tell you why. I'm not a believer that all candles have to be this big, bombastic, in your face, in your nostrils, in your eyeballs, in your personal space, in your grill kind of fragrances. Somebody once in a Macy's department store use these two words together. Smooth linger. It's a young guy, young kid. And I'm like, you know what? I like those two words together. Smooth linger, because this has this has the possibility to work on a subconscious level. It's something where when you walk into someone's house, say if I was burning this in my house and you walked in, you may not even notice it at first, but on a subconscious level, it would start working. And no question, the more you smell this, the more closely, or the more you smell this, the more that image of sparklers, or, you know, after you lit off a bunch of fireworks on 4th of July, or whatever holiday you set off fireworks for, like when you're driving home after the big fireworks show, and there's this that air of smoke, of expired, essentially gunpowder, essentially. Or when you're at a Civil War reenactment, right, and they got the muskets, boom, right, and you get that big plume of smoke. It is not strong by any means, but like I said, if what Eric's saying, Eric said this doesn't carry, this doesn't spread, it doesn't really have an impact. Hopefully that is not the case for every single candle of this that was produced, because if this did smell like it does here, yeah. I mean, back in the old days, I don't buy Yankee candles like I used to, because I'm trying to raise money for the show. But if I were buying candles, I wouldn't be going home with one of these. I'd probably be going home with two. This is exciting. This is exciting. I really want to hear people's feedback now. I've never watched a review on this candle. I don't even know if anyone's ever reviewed it. I haven't read, I don't even know, is there fragrance notes? I can't imagine what they would say. What is it going to say? Gunpowder? I wanted nothing, I didn't want to know anything about this candle. And I've been waiting to smell it for the longest time, and it certainly has. It's a bit perplexing. And what's really weirding me out right now is that it's listed as festive. Festive. I mean, wait a minute. I guess people do light, like, fireworks, but, you know, I don't know. What are they fireworks? Is that what they're called? Like, just like cherry bombs and, you know, firecrackers? I guess they do light them for Christmas. It's not a Christian thing, I don't think. But maybe that's why this is a festive candle. It's got a little bit of that dank. I don't even really know what the word dank means. That fireplace chimney smell. A fireplace that hasn't been lit in years. A little bit of that soot. I got it. It's there. I can't get it because it's buried. But you know, in your art store, not charcoal pencils, but when you buy those, God, what are they called? They're like the flame torched willow sticks. They're those really gentle charcoal sticks, right? That are very fragile, and you use them for artwork, of course, but mainly for just getting charcoal fast onto onto the paper. It has that smell. I like it. I want to read what you guys are saying. I've been taking way too much time with my nose in there. Vine charcoal. Thank you. Thank you. Super simple arts and crafts. Monica Carlson in the house. Hobble Kitty. Am I saying that right? I'm gonna call you Kitty. I used to have a Vine charcoal all the time in art school. Yeah, I love it. I just have very shaky hands. I have a tremor in my hand, so I can't use that kind of charcoal too often. Although I do love using it. But yeah, Monica, we're just smelling this candle called Sparkling Flame. In Poland, Monica, did you guys have? Did you have as children sparklers, like those little sticks that you light? You know, sometimes you see them on birthday cakes, wedding cakes. Did you have those? But this is a European candle, Monica, and I've been smelling this for a while, and I'm quite impressed. I like it. I like it a lot. We've also smelled, just in case anyone else is just joining us, bourbon wood barrels, which was also a huge surprise. Freshly grated nutmeg. That would also go into my notes. Freshly grated nutmeg. And if you don't know what freshly ground nutmeg is, you're not going to know what I mean. You have to buy the whole cluster and grind it to know what I mean. Awesome. Aaron, thank you so much. We do have another package, so let's keep this going. Monica's saying we didn't have them in Poland. Do you see them now that you're in California, Monica? Yes, freshly grated nutmeg. And don't laugh at this, and don't think I'm being silly by saying it, but if you do use freshly grated nutmeg on the microplane, you get a little bit of this paint / lacquer smell. Sounds weird, but that is a part of nutmeg's aromatic profile, at least for me. There's several things in here. Oh my God, this is awesome. And usually I don't bring up, things that are on the tragic or sad side on these shows, but in the past few days, if you've been watching the news about Yountville, California, at the Veterans Home, where sadly several folks lost their life, what was very, very odd about that situation, first of all, just apologies for everyone in Napa Valley. Napa Valley has just not been having, a good string of years. Earthquakes, fires, and now this. But Yountville, the Veterans Home, that was my home. Those helicopter views, if you were watching that on the news, if they just moved over just a little bit to the left, that was my house. That was my home for a very long time. So my heart goes out to Napa Valley. Like I said, they've just been getting hit hard with a lot of bad stuff the past few years. Ooh, Monica. Is Monica still here? We got white tea ginger. Oh man. Grassroots, a natural candle company. So wait a minute. I don't think grassrootcandles.com out of Columbus, Missouri. But wait a minute. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. I think I get it. Okay, on the back, Eureka. Let this clean, refreshing blend wash over you like a warm shower with top notes of yuzu. Monica, I need your help. White tea leaves, lemon peel, middle notes of rose, of bergamot, and wild geranium flowers, and bottom notes of fresh ground ginger, white musk, and bald, not bold, bald cypress. That's a very interesting conglomeration, a cacophony, a cornucopia of aromas, if you will. This warm and comforting scent is perfect for any occasion. Well, it certainly sounds like it is, and look how pretty that label is. Grassroots candle. And that's kind of got, what do you call it? There's, it's got some luster to it. It's got some luster, that label. Very hard for me to describe. This is 100% soy wax with 100% essential oil. That is rare, so no fragrance oil involved in the making of this candle. This is very interesting. Oh. Oh, man. Does anybody know this candle company? Does anybody know this candle company? What I don't understand is that, I mean, okay, I'm about to make a fool of myself, or I'm about to just state the obvious. That is the state of Florida, is it not? I don't understand the connection between Florida, especially since this says Columbus, Missouri. But either way, this smells amazing. Certainly no question, big, bright citrus with a lot of different associations that we have with tea. White tea can be more on the mild side, and so really to me this is more of kind of a flowery experience, a floral tea experience with definitely bergamot. I mean, you want to say lemon, but that bergamot is going to add that super sour tart brightness to this candle. And yeah, ginger. And we're not talking about ground ginger. We're not talking about the ginger that we're putting into our baked goods. We're talking about the ginger that freshly sliced or grated ginger, and not the pickled ginger, right? The freshly sliced ginger. Monica's gonna love that because it's got a little bit of that spice. And what's great about that is I love lemon and ginger tea, like ginger beer that has a significant amount of lemon to it because it's spicy, but it's refreshing because you serve it cold. It's slightly effervescent. And speaking of effervescent, it does have this sensation of effervescence or sparkling sensation. It's not carbonated, it's candle. Wow. That is something else. Oh man. Grassroots. It sounds very familiar. The font sounds very familiar. The candle just the shape of the vessel and the shape of the label, that long banner even looks very familiar, but it's not striking any chords with me right now as far as me having any prior experience. But oh man, that is beautiful. Monica, you would love this. If you are a tea person, I'm not even a huge tea person, and I'm really digging this a lot. It's really that citrus that's attracting me, and the citrus, the spiciness of the ginger, and those combination of softer florals. I mean, I think we listed off a lot of floral notes, but this isn't like, again, not sinus heavy, make you sneezy kind of floral. This is great. This is great. You know, things like this, talk about candles that are appropriate for having company over, whether it be brunch, dinner, things that are going to have a substantial effect as far as aromatically on guests visiting your house, but at the same time, it's not one of those candles when you're going to walk in, you'll be like, someone's burning a candle. Really, the citrus is going to keep this bright. It's going to not be a thick, heavy candle. I think a lot of people would like this candle. I think I might have to do a little bit of research on this company. Grassroots, a natural candle company. I wish I had the price point for you folks, but this, again, I do want to remind you, 100% soy and 100% essential oils. So nothing synthetic is aromatically in this fragrance. Aaron, thank you so much for sharing that. Very cool. I'm going to link up all the information of these this candle company down below in the description area after this live has concluded. Chris says, I wouldn't mind a good tea smelling candle. Well, you know what? Honestly, full recommendation. Not even half kidding. I've actually recently have experienced several tea themed candles. This is one that is going to take another approach from like the steeped orange zest or the steeped spices. It's not going to go in that direction. It's going to be more in that refreshing springtime, crisp, clean, floral, fresh smell, which to me sounds a little bit more enticing. Monica's saying, send Monica this candle. Monica, you may have mentioned it, but Monica was burning last night the exclusive Chesapeake Bay candle that was available at the Soho Yankee Candle pop-up storefront. God, there's no easy way to say that. The New York City pop-up Yankee Candle Soho storefront featuring Woodwick, Yankee Candle, and Chesapeake Bay. She had, what was it, Fall in New York? Monica, she was burning that. To me, that was the clear winner of the show, of that pop-up experience in New York City. How did that turn out for you, Monica? I love this. I don't even know what kind of packing materials these are. I spend a lot of time packaging things up, so I love seeing things that I'm not familiar with. Gotta be very careful. What? I just opened this flap and was bombarded by a tiny army of aroma. It smells like tomato vines. It smells exactly like out in the garden, herb garden, picking your herbs. You pick, you know, you get the tomato, even at the grocery store, you get the tomato on the vine, you pick that leaf and you rub it up between your fingers and you smell that. You know that unmistakable smell? Wow, that is what this smells like. And come to find, this is a candle called Jonathan Adler. We got the red. I should hold it up to you like this. So we have, I guess, promoting the red here. And we can see we even have it. Is that a tomato? Is that a tomato? Yes, it is. Looks like this is indeed a tomato candle. Holy smokes, folks. Bath and Body Works put out a candle last year for spring. It was called Tomato Vine for the Hit Refresh collection. Look at the packaging. Oh my God, this is insane. I've never really done unboxing videos before, but I'm trying to do the best I can right here, because, oh. And what's awesome is my old kitchen in California, the color scheme, if you want to call that, it just happened by accident. I didn't choose it, but it was white and red. So how perfect. Oh. How perfect would this have fit? This looks like a tomato. This looks like a tomato. And as red as this is, in every way, this smell of tomato vine or tomato leaf will always, in my mind, be green, green. This is the very definition of the smell green for me. But I will say that beyond that green vine, there is the fleshiness of tomato, a little bit of the fruity side of that tomato. Again, images in my mind, what I'm seeing are up close are the tomatoes, the heirloom tomatoes that are so waterlogged. And, you know, when you bite into them and the seeds start, this sounds disgusting, dripping down your face or slipping down your knife on your cutting board, however you want to picture it. But I'm seeing those seeds within those heirloom tomatoes. That tomato vine smell, I always compare it to the smell of celery stalk, like in a very, very intense celery stalk aroma. And celery is something I would certainly say I smell on this. To give it a little bit of that fruity side, I'm gonna guess that there's some form of citrus, lemon. Lemon is gonna work for a lot of reasons. Lemon because tomatoes are tart, so we do expect to have a little bit of brightness when smelling a tomato. Also, what do we put on our tomato salads, right? When we're making a tomato salad, whether it's just tomato cucumbers, whether it's just a normal green salad with tomatoes, we use vinegar or lemon juice, right? We need that bright component to pull out those flavors, to make the flavors of all that green and the tomato really pop. And if I may suggest, perhaps a little bit of cracked black pepper. Perhaps. If not, my mind wants to say it. My mind wants to go there because it's coming to mind. And Yeah, man, just like endives, like spicy, like arugula, spicy greens, arugula, endive. Help me out, Monica. What are the other like spicy greens, veggies? Man, if you are just in love, like this is, to me, this is like, this is my dad. This is my dad. This smell will forever be synonymous. Swiss chard, perfect, Angie. This will forever be synonymous with my father. My father has always had a tomato garden. Saltiness, Monica asks. Well, I certainly feel like it's there because I would assume it's there, because when I smell all of these things, right, when I'm smelling a salad, I'm assuming there's going to be a sprinkle of kosher or sea salt in there. So maybe I can't smell it, but it's bringing that, you know, like if I went and touched it and licked it, I would expect it to be salty. Let's put it that way. I'm not going to lick the candle. This is awesome. And again, home run. I like this better. I gotta be careful. I usually don't say what I like better, but this is it's impressing me more than that Bath and Body Works candle, which I still have, I think. My Bath and Body Works section is over here in my office. But either way, if you like that candle from Bath and Body Works, if you want to support red, this is fantastic. The packaging, I love boxes, guys. I wish all candles came in boxes. The purchase of one Jonathan Adler Product Red Special Edition Tomato Candle could help provide up to 10 days of life-saving medicine to someone living with HIV in Africa. So the fact that we're having an aromatic experience, emotional experience while burning this candle, and yet providing to the greater good, that's a win-win situation right there. Special edition Jonathan Adler Red Tomato Candle. Hey, something I wasn't familiar with. If you like that mid-summertime tomato garden aroma, you know that smell. You know that smell. This encapsulates that experience. You can have that experience anytime you want throughout the year. And Heart Queen's telling me it's got a price point of $38, which for a luxury candle, I'm going to say is very fair. I understand that is a lot of money for folks, but also keep in mind that this is going to a very good cause and a charity that I would be, certainly. I was convinced almost to buy the red iPhone, but red just doesn't happen to be my color. This is also 7.5 ounces, 212 grams. Very cool. Very cool. I'm trying to get any other information off this. Aaron. Wow. Aaron is a part of, I hope you don't mind me saying this, Aaron, a part of the Candle Enthusiast subscription box. Maybe Aaron should have her own subscription box because she's found some really nice products so far. Holy moly. I'm happy with everything I'm seeing here. This is the very definition of fun for me. I enjoy this. She said to save the small one for last. I'm guessing this is the small one. Let's see what we have. I'm still thinking about that tea candle. Imagine if you burned that tea candle with the tomato candle. Mind exploding. Yeah, or like if you had like a, say something like Yankee Candle's strawberry lemonade with that tomato candle, that might sound strange. That might sound strange, but tell me you wouldn't want to give it a shot. That's an extreme contrast of aromas that might just work because it's going to be a summertime overload. Images. I was just 18 years old again for 2 seconds. This is how my mind works, guys. This isn't me trying to show you that I'm strange in any way, but how aroma affects me is in very short blasts of almost like deja vu. And for a second there, I was 18 years old with my buddy Lee, and we were inside of this cigar shop. When we were 18 years old, we thought we would be super cool. We would go to this cigar shop, purchase a really expensive cigar, right? Both of us would get a cigar, and we'd go down to the Hudson River and look at the water at nighttime and smoke cigars like adults. We both got sick smoking those cigars, but that smell of walking in to that high-end cigar shop, the humidor, that sweet tobacco, oh yeah. And come to find, another product I am not familiar with. Let me just try to pronounce it right. It's got to be Taka, right? It's got to be Taka Candelina Lux Vanilla Tobacco. I'm guessing tobacco is tobacco. Travel ready and richly fragranced, this limited edition hand-poured candle will captivate the senses. 2.4 ounces, scented candle, lead-free wax, approximate burning time 20 hours. This thing, oh my God. Votivo, number 37A, teak. Those like Tom Ford Oud Wood. You know that candle? I've never burned that candle. It's like $100. I've smelled the candle at Macy's, but this is the kind of this is what it's reminding me of. Oh man, look at this packaging. Can you see this? So inside, oh, this is gorgeous. We have its own little vessel. Oh, yes, Tobacco Vanille, right? The Tom Ford fragrance. In fact, maybe that's the one I meant to say. But we have this vessel with these gold streaks. That is definitely a very, very soft wax. I don't know if you can tell, but almost to the point where I could probably leave a fingerprint on there if I just touched it gently. Oh, that is it. I mean, that is the sweet smell of exotic vanilla bean and, you know, tobacco and, you know, just old antiqued wood, sweet antiqued wood. Can I use the word raisinated again? Can I use the word raisinated again? And look, inside, we have a box of matches that comes along with it. I love that. Nice little added touch. And I don't know, maybe Amy, I just love these little touches. You open up the box, and there's a little phrase for you. Love yourself. I love it. I love it. Again, kind of setting the stage of what candles are really all about. It's luxury. This is luxury, right? You're treating yourself just like you would with a very special bottle of wine. This is a beautiful candle. I really can't get into very specific or like nostalgic associations when it comes to something like this. But if you are interested, first of all, I recommend you look for this candle. Again, Vanilla Tabak, T-A-B-A-K, and Candelina Lux. But from my experience, this is very comparable to that Tom Ford candle that I smell every Christmas when I go to Macy's. Oh man. If I don't wear cologne, I don't, because for years working in the wine industry, you couldn't smell like anything. You had to use like neutral shampoos, conditioners, hand lotions, deodorants. You couldn't smell like anything, because if you're in a tasting room situation and you smelled like something, you'd be kicked out of the room. So for years I could never wear any sort of fragrance. But let me tell you, if I had a bottle of cologne, I'm not a big cologne person, but if I had something that I would want to be a smell to be associated with, this is it. I mean, this is like, wow. This is amazing stuff. How could you not enjoy the smell of sweet antiqued wood, exotic vanilla bean? If you've never sliced open a vanilla bean before and scraped out the goodness inside, then you really you can't really imagine this experience quite yet. That's something you're going to need to go out and do for yourself. And to go into a high quality, reputable cigar shop, not where they're smoking cigars, because I don't want you to get the confusion of the smell of smoking cigars or cigar smoke, pipe smoke, but the smell of humidor, where they store the very expensive, very high quality rolled cigars. Super sweet tobacco smell. Aaron, thank you. This is wonderful. Not only was this like the whole Sunday show, but this is something that this is how I love that. This is fun. This is recess. This is playtime for me, to sit down and experience candles. I never claim to be a candle aficionado. I'm a candle enthusiast. I love candles. But do I know everything about the candle industry? Do I know every candle company? Do I know all of the big luxury candles? Do I know all of the super small production candle companies? Certainly I do not. I do not. But that does not mean I am not enthusiastic about discovering, learning, checking out all of these companies and experiencing them for the first time. And that's exactly what you've given me a chance to do here. To not only smell 2 Yankee candles that I haven't smelled before, but to smell 3 different products by 3 different companies, and what an experience. I recommend each and every one of these. Depending on my notes, my descriptors, I really didn't give a heavy-duty sensory evaluation on any of these, maybe other than the tomato one. If you enjoy these, I highly recommend you seek them out. I will, like I said, list all of the information on these candles, the websites, where you can buy them. Again, restating the candles that we were looking at in the description below when the video is finally uploaded, which will be about 45 minutes to an hour after the conclusion of this live. But let's hear it for Aaron. A big thank you. Oh man, was that a wonderful box opening. And Aaron, these are going to go to great use. I swear to you, we're going to get some great evaluations happening on these. I think I have some cool ideas. I might bring these 3 candles that you shared with me along on my travels and get other people's opinions. Maybe even other candle makers' opinions. We're going to be seeing Liz from Liz City Wicks, Witch City Wicks, in just a short while. So maybe I'll share some candles with Liz and see what she has to say about candles that weren't made by her. So that would be fun. A lot of ways to put great use to these candles. Thank you very much. And if anybody, I don't want anyone to spend a lot of money. That's the #1 rule. But if anyone wants to send anything my way, if you want something to be opened up, guaranteed to be opened up on on one of these lives, at least for now, I can guarantee they will be opened. Just see the P.O. Box address in the description of any one of my videos. Send it to me. It may take a week, may take like 4 weeks sometimes. But eventually I'll get to it, open it, and I promise to share everything that's inside. It doesn't just have to be candles. It could be anything fun, anything. A good conversation starter. But once again, Aaron, thank you so much. And your subscription box is going out tomorrow morning, Aaron. Hope you're excited about this box. I was certainly excited about putting together this subscription box. Subscription box information is also going to be found in the description below. Check out patreon.com/thecandleenthusiast. That's where you're going to find out all that information, not just subscription boxes, but other ways that you can pledge or contribute pennies, dollars, a few dollars, a cup of coffee here and there to the show, to keep this show on the road. Patreon.com/thecandleenthusiast. Always have to plug that. And something I always have to plug is eBay. I'm going to start posting other things on eBay. Right now, we're really just looking at the Kringle Halloween candles. Now, I know it's like, it's not Halloween. I'm selling Halloween candles. Well, I just want to point out that I do have a decent amount of these, but I'm assuming, I'm hoping, for our sake, because this is the money that we use to fund the show, to travel, that when the summer rolls around, these are going to be going like hotcakes. Right now, they're relatively affordable. Relatively. I understand I've hiked the price on some of these. I used to list them at 99 cents, but these candles are completely gone off the face of the planet, retired in 2014. This is the 2014 Halloween collection by Kringle Candle. It consists of Wolfsbane, Fright Night, and my favorite, and you can check out this video. I did this video in Salem, Witch's Cauldron. To me, my favorite Halloween candle on the face of the planet. I do have them available, and I have a very, very, very small amount of medium-sized jars as well. They're actually not that much smaller. 8.5 ounces, 5 ounces. What's cool about these is that they come in these really beautiful frosted black glass vessels. And, well, the Fright Night doesn't come in black. The Fright Night comes in a translucent purple. Have to plug these. They're on eBay. If you want to get them at a relatively smaller price, get them now before the Halloween season approaches. And when I say Halloween season approaches, you know how it works with the candle world. By the time June comes, Halloween, people want to start switching to the Halloween stuff. I'm going to try to refrain from doing too much Halloween content too early this year, but you know how it works. People are already requesting Halloween content. Another company that I want to give a shout out to, and Industrial Wasteland. I picked up a witch's cauldron. Yes, you did. Thank you, Chris, for doing so. And Chris says it's Halloween all year around here. And Heart Queen kind of says the same thing. I would be in candle heaven. Just lay down and surround me with Halloween candles. Well, Chris is also another subscription box member. I have a whole bunch of, I personalized a lot of candles, picked out some candles specifically for your tastes for this month. So I hope you enjoy what's coming your way. Again, they're going to be shipped out tomorrow. Eric says, I can't buy candles right now, but I wonder if eBay Play Mad coupon, 10% off, plus 25 plus works on them. I have no idea what all of that means. But Eric, you know, contact me if you have interest. There's a good point. If anybody needs me for whatever reason to like put one aside for a period of time, I could certainly do that. Except for the medium-sized jars. Those, I have what I have, and then as far as I'm concerned, when they're gone, they're gone from the face of the planet, because those jars came from the source. The source, people. Let me show you what I mean. Nothing broke. All right, so this is a case of the medium size witch's cauldron. Look at this. This is a box of Kringle candles. Witch's cauldron. This came from Kringle's warehouse, right? So when I say this came from the source, I'm not kidding. I opened this box. I'm convinced that these have never seen the light of day until the day I opened this box. So they have never been on display. They've never been sold. They've never been in someone's collection. They're coming straight from, like I said, the source. So when I say that, you know what I mean now. But another company, now this is not eBay. This is not eBay. I just want to promote eBay. Something I had to buy. Look at this. Thanks, Shane. I love this. And you got a little sticker up here. Thank you for supporting small business. You got it. You got it. This is a little company that you might remember. I've reviewed, evaluated several of their candles before. Scent Pop Candle Company, or what I like to call them, the most delicious candle company in the world. Everything they make is super decadently awesome. Very specific aesthetic they go for. And they had one that struck my fancy. Struck my fancy. Since I am doing, if you don't know, I'm doing this really big Yankee Candle blueberry video. Like every blueberry candle that Yankee Candle's ever produced, I've got my hands on. I'm going to lay them all down on a table, and we're going to look at each and every one and systematically break them down and compare and contrast them. But this one right here by Scent Pop Candle Company struck my attention because of the blueberry. This won't be a part of that show, but it's called A Dream is a Wish Your Heart Makes. Do you remember what that's from? A dream is a wish your heart makes. Monica from the EPC family. You should know what that is. That is, of course, going to be Cinderella. And this candle description is Cinderella's freshly baked blueberry muffins with butter and vanilla. When I said that this is the most delicious candle company in the world, I meant it. I love these folks, and they are the very definition of a small, oh my God, small handcrafted candle companies. What better color for Cinderella blueberry muffins? I could see Cinderella cooking blueberries in the kitchen with that butter for, unfortunately, the stepsisters and her half-sisters and her stepmother. But man, oh man, is that, if you have roommates and you want to torture them, burn this before they wake up, because this is insane. Yes, this smells like fresh blueberries. Yes, this smells like the you know, kind of like that blueberry blossom that we find when we're foraging for blueberries. Yes, this smells like that thick, all-purpose Bisquick kitchen dry ingredients smell. This smells like that salty baking soda and sea salt, kosher salt. And this smells like clarified butter. This is savory business. And when this is burned, when you light this candle, and you know, I'm smelling it cold now, you're going to get that sense of warmth. If it's, you know, heat coming from the candle, it's going to smell like you just burst open a homemade, freshly baked blueberry muffin. And those blueberries, you know how they get when you open them up. They pop and all the juices spill and saturate the cake of the muffin, turn it all blue. Absolutely amazing. If you are a blueberry fan, and trust me, this is not a sponsored video. This is not a plug for Scent Pop Candle Company. This is me just being a fan and a person who supports small businesses, small handcrafted candle companies. And I love Disney. I love Disney all the way. I'm going to be doing tons of Disney candles in the near future. And I just wanted to give this one a quick shout out. You'll probably hear me talk about this again. How do you find Scent Pop Candle Company? They're going to be an Etsy-based candle company. You don't necessarily just go there and buy what you want and check out. Go there, set up a shopping cart, look at what they have, fill it up, and then purchase. Because that's how you're going to save on the shipping costs. If you just need a little bit of a reminder of what else they've made in the past. What did I do with the bubble wrap? The other candles that they've made that I've reviewed in the past, and when I say they, I mean Melissa from Scent Pop Candle Company. Follow them on Instagram, send them some love, and then make sure you tell them that I sent you. That always helps all of us out. This way they know that we're talking about them. The gray stuff. So yet another Disney-themed candle. This was, if you remember, in the sequence, Be Our Guest in Beauty and the Beast. Lumiere sings about, try the gray stuff. It's delicious. Don't believe me? Ask the dishes. The gray stuff. It's a little hors d'oeuvre you see very quickly in the movie, but it's never quite explained what it is. And then Disneyland, not so long ago, after the release of the live-action picture, Beauty and the Beast. I'm seeing these Kringle candles selling on eBay right now, guys, and thank you so much. That's what I'm doing. I'm swiping away the notifications. Thank you. My heart. This is how we're going to travel. It's because of those funds. The more money we get on that eBay, the more money we have to go places and do fun things. The gray stuff. So Disneyland actually released a treat called the gray stuff. It was like a red velvet cake with vanilla frosting, vanilla frosting with like Oreo bits in it. Check out my review on this candle. I actually have a little clip of my brother trying that treat, and he's not a sugar person, a sweets person. Oh my God, buttercream cake, happy birthday all of the way. As you can see, I still have not lit this candle. I can't bring myself to do it. I cannot bring myself to do it. But the gray stuff, it is delicious. Lumiere, you were right. And those of you with the more, you know, darker sensibility, maybe not darker sensibility, but I've always been a fan of this man right here, Mr. Jack Skellington. You know, he's just always, he's perpetually in pain and sorrow, always lamenting, always thinking about what could have been. Sempop made this collection that I did this past Halloween. If you haven't checked out this video, I filmed it at the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. You should look it up. It's called Sally's Sally's Potion Collection. Yeah, Sally's Potion Collection. It was a trio of candles. You got 3 tins, right? And God, it's been since Halloween since I broke these out. Also have not lit these. Just don't have the heart to do it. Deadly Nightshade. Purple wax. Let's see if I remember what they are. Oh yeah. No questioning about this at all. This is caramel / candy covered apple. And so authentic that you can even smell the little wooden stick that is plunged into the apple, that you eat the apple off of. I'm not kidding. Rather that, or it's the little, smelling like the little stem, the little twig that hangs off the apple itself. But no question, that candy covered apple kind of smells like warm, ooey gooey taffy, like you just took some saltwater taffy, or like Laffy Taffy, something with a little bit more tartness to it, and you just put it in the microwave and let it melt down and get, you know, ooey gooey. That one's called Deadly Nightshade. I remember Sally used Deadly Nightshade for her soup. What else did she use? Frog's breath to cover up any suspicious odors in that soup. This one, yellow wax. What did this one smell like? Oh man. So I remember this review. I totally took this in a happy birthday, you know, grade school birthday party. You remember when you're a kid and like it's your birthday and your parents bring in like a tray of cupcakes. You got the chocolate cupcakes, you got the vanilla cupcakes, just those, you know, that association of happy birthday, the cylindrical, multicolored sprinkles. But upon reading the fragrance notes, and it kind of caught me off guard, this was also, this is supposed to be a candy corn scented candle. And when I smelled it in like candy corn, I'm like, okay, I get it. But that buttercream, honey can be confused with the vanilla frosting, and that's kind of what happened to me. So this candy corn / happy haunted Halloween birthday candle. And then last was Worm's Wort. Worm's Wort. W-A-R-T or W-O-R-T? I don't know. You tell me. And this one was the most impressive for me. Not kidding. If you watch my review on our evaluation of these candles, me and Sleepy Hollow, you will watch me take a sip for the first time in my life of a pumpkin spice Starbucks latte. I had never had one in my entire life. And in that video, you'll see me take a first sip. And without question, that's what this candle is. It is authentic to the nth degree. We don't need to break down the ingredients. You know what goes on in that super savory, not necessarily low in calorie, low in fat content latte, but you know what's happening inside that cup. And it's also happening inside of this candle. So I don't know if Melissa has these in stock, but you can certainly ask. And if you ever stop off Scent Pop Candle Company, just do me a favor. Just say, hey, Shane from the Candle Enthusiast sent me. Even if you don't buy anything, just say, you know, I checked out your stuff. Sounds great. Shane from Candle Enthusiast sent me. This way, she knows that we are talking about them. This way, we can hopefully work together with Scent Pop again in the near future, which I really hope we do, because she's got a really, an amazing lineup. And it's been a long time since I've evaluated one of her candles. Again, thank you so much for these eBay auctions. Oh my God. Oh my God. Few more things I want to update you guys on. If you weren't here last week, finally we have some merchandise. You're gonna make it after all. That's right. The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Don't take a too close a look of this mug, because this is one of the mugs that they send you to finalize. And I looked at it, I'm like, no, we have to fix this. But more or less, this will be the first limited edition piece of merchandise. The Candle Enthusiast, just like we saw the Mary Tyler Moore Show, the opening title sequence of that show that was a part of television history. Why Mary Tyler Moore? I love Mary Tyler Moore. So, do I need any more explanation? I won't be making 20 of these. I won't be making 30 of these. I won't be making 50 of these. I'll probably make 5, 10 at the most. I will sign and hand number each one, and it's gonna be a first come, first serve basis. And I'm gonna charge cost. I'm not trying to make money. What I pay for these is what I'm gonna sell them for. But I promise you guys merchandise, so this will be the first step. And once these are gone, we'll move on to something else. We'll try a different product, a different mug, a different item, so on, so forth. Speaking of mugs, look at this retro mug. The Great Escape Fun Park, Lake George, New York. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Goodwill. In the New York area. Got this for $2.99. This is theme park history, amusement park history, and it was purchased for $2.99. I just happen to have it sitting right here. That is not going on eBay. That is not going on eBay. And to spice up the deals, the eBay auctions and stuff like that, and just so I'm sending out more postcards now and then. We have official Candle Enthusiast postcards now. So if order something on eBay, I'm going to start sending these along. I'll sign the back, I'll personalize it for you. But this way, you have a little extra piece, a picture, a pictorial, not a pictorial, but a picture of my face to carry around with you always. Maybe you can put it on your refrigerator. And it'll remind you of me. I don't know why you would want a picture of my face, but that is the Candle Enthusiast logo. And last, but certainly not least at all, is, did I talk about everything? Yearning to get back on the road. I need to talk about that after this. Root Candle Company. If you're out there and you're listening, and I know you're not, only because this is my second channel. Maybe if this was the main channel, somewhere you'd be listening at some point. We have spoken, we have chatted, we have written emails, we've talked over the phone. We have agreed to work together, and my apologies. It's almost been a full year since we made contact and talked about collaborating, and I just wanted to let you folks know and let Root Candle know that I haven't forgotten about Root Candle. The only reason why I haven't gotten to these amazing candles yet is simply because I want to give them the time, the credit, the production value that they deserve. They have graciously, they first sent me, because they knew a little bit about my wine background, a candle called Vineyard Chateau. So we're gonna maybe talk to a sommelier or a professor of wine, or maybe go to a wine shop, or maybe go to a wine tasting, or maybe all of those things, and have folks smell this candle. So it's not just me spewing out my thoughts. We can get others' opinions on this Vineyard Chateau candle. Oh yeah, oh yeah, I like it. And then about 6 months after that, they sent me another. Because I did such a wonderful job with the first. Bourbon Vanilla. So many different directions we could take this candle, Bourbon Vanilla. Again, I just want to do it right. I have very high respect, deep respect for Root Candle, and I just want to make sure that I'm producing video that's, you know, up to their par. I want to give them the production value that they deserve. And they've also sent me this candle. This must be a separate collection. It's called Awaken Basil and Lime. Are you kidding me? I don't even remember what this smells like. And it's got a wood wick. Oh. Maybe a little bit more lime than basil. But man, is that refreshing. So, Root Candle videos to come in the near future. Let's talk about that last little section about yearning to get back on the road. Yes, folks, I had so much stuff that I was going to be editing, posting of trips that I took prior to Christmas, even as far back as early November, even October. I thought that material would cover January, February. You know, we would have videos of in-betweens, you know, behind the scenes of me producing my candle videos. Also, destination-based videos. I had visited Salem. I visited Stockbridge and the Red Lion Inn again. And I went to the Hawthorne Hotel in Salem, Massachusetts. I visited a bunch of places in Vermont and New Hampshire. I jumped into Maine. Sadly, yes, that hard drive, we all know the story by now, the hard drive crash of 2018 wiped that clean. So what I have been waiting to do is make sure that we've collected enough funds, and you guys have really been just, you're fueling the show by the eBay auctions, your pledges, contributions, and of course, money out of my own pocket. We're funding this show, and we're going to be hitting the road again soon and recapturing some of those lost moments. So if you're wondering why, Shane, why is there so little aromatic adventures? Why is there just candle reviews and that's it? Well, we're getting to it. More in-betweens, more on the road, more adventures, more just random goodness of exciting things that I've always wanted to do, and I'm just going to take you guys along with me. So just hang in there with me. Let me get out there. Let me start filming. Let me edit. Let me start posting stuff on YouTube, and hopefully soon, very soon, we're going to be knee deep in tons of new content, and I hope it's funny. I hope it's funny. I hope it's entertaining. I hope it's educational. I'm going to give it my all. One thing is for sure, I am super excited to get back out there and to film. We're going to be doing more New England. We're going to be doing Pennsylvania. Sooner or later, we're going to be heading south. And one of these days, we will be heading out to the West Coast, doing a little bit of Los Angeles and Hollywood, and maybe even a little Disneyland and Malibu. We'll see how it works out. But as always, thank you so much for joining me, sticking with me, being in my corner always supporting me, always sharing positivity, and just willing to chit chat on a Sunday or to watch my videos on your downtime. I'm not gonna stop this. This is it. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing with my life. I enjoy this. I'm gonna do this for as long as I possibly can, and I just want to keep growing and growing and growing. And hopefully, one day we will have 4 to 5 pieces of content every week. Just, you know, it takes time. But how do you eat an elephant? I love this. How do you eat an elephant? We all know this, right? We've been told this when we were a child. One bite at a time, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So thank you once again for joining. I will be seeing you folks soon. It won't be from this room the next time you see me, but it will be an awesome place that I can almost promise you. Thanks for joining, guys. Thanks for everything, and a huge shout out to Erin. Everyone, if Erin's still here, make sure you give her a huge shout out. I didn't do a lot of comment reading. I apologize this week, but we will be doing more spontaneous live videos throughout this week. So keep your eyes out open for those, and then in those we can have a chit chat. Have a great Sunday, guys. Thank you for joining. Bye bye now. Whoa, whoa.